Saint Augustine Lecture on the Gospel of John, Tractatus 4, following. But that you may know, my brethren, that not from a necessity of any chain of sin did the Lord come to this John, as the other evangelists say when the Lord came to him to be baptized. John himself said, "Do you come to me? I have need to be baptized by you." Matthew chapter 3, verse 14 and 15. What did he reply to him? "Suffer it to be so now. Let all the righteousness be fulfilled." What does this mean? Let all righteousness be fulfilled? I came to die for men. Have I not to be baptized for men? What means let all righteousness be fulfilled? Let all humility be fulfilled. What then? Was not he to accept baptism from a good servant who accepted suffering at the hands of evil servants? Give heed then. The Lord being baptized, if John for this end baptized, that by means of his baptism the Lord might manifest his humility, should no one else have been baptized with the baptism of John? But many were baptized with the baptism of John. When the Lord was baptized with the baptism of John, the baptism of John ceased. John was forthwith cast into prison. Afterwards, we do not find that anyone is baptized with that baptism. If then John came baptizing for this end, that the humility of the Lord might be made manifest to us, in order that we might not disdain to receive from the Lord that which the Lord had received from a servant, should John have baptized the Lord alone? But if John had baptized the Lord alone, some would have thought that the baptism of John was more holy than that of Christ, as if Christ alone had been found worthy to be baptized with the baptism of John, but the human race with that of Christ. Give heed, beloved brethren. With the baptism of Christ we have been baptized, and not only we, but the whole world, and this will continue to the end. Which of us can in any respect be compared with Christ, whose shoes latchet John declared himself unworthy to unloose? If then the Christ, a man of such excellence, a man who is God, had been alone baptized with the baptism of John, what were men likely to say? What a baptism was that of John! His was a great baptism, an ineffable sacrament. Behold, Christ alone deserved to be baptized with the baptism of John, and thus the baptism of the servant would appear greater than the baptism of the Lord. Others were also baptized with the baptism of John, that the baptism of John might not appear better than the baptism of Christ. But baptized also was the Lord, that through the Lord receiving the baptism of the servant, other servants might not disdain to receive the baptism of the Lord. For this end then was John sent. But did he know Christ, or did he know him? If he did not know him, wherefore did he say, when Christ came to the river, I have need to be baptized of you? That is to say, I know who you are. If then he already knew him, assuredly he knew him when he saw the dove descending. It is evident that the dove did not descend upon the Lord until after he went up out of the water of baptism. The Lord, having been baptized, went up out of the water, and the heavens were opened, and he saw a dove descending on him. If then the dove descended after the baptism, and if before the Lord was baptized, John said to him, Do you come to me? I have need to be baptized of you. That is to say, before he knew him to whom he said, Do you come to me? I have need to be baptized of you. How then, said he, and I knew him not, but he who sent me to baptize with water, the same said to me, upon whom you see the Spirit descending as a dove and abiding upon him, the same is he which baptizes with the Holy Ghost. It is not an insignificant question, my brethren. If you have seen the question, you have seen not a little. It remains that the Lord give the solution of it. This, however, I say, if you have seen the question, it is no small matter. Behold, John is placed before your eyes, standing beside the river. Behold, John the Baptist. Behold, the Lord comes as yet to be baptized, not yet baptized. Hear the voice of John. Do you come to me? I have need to be baptized of you. Behold, already he knew the Lord, by whom he wishes to be baptized. The Lord, having been baptized, goes up out of the water. The heavens are opened, the Spirit descends. Then John knows him. If then for the first time he knew him, why did he say before, I have need to be baptized of you? But if he did not then recognize him for the first time, because he knew him already, what is the meaning of what he said, I knew him not, but he that sent me to baptize with water, the same said unto me, upon whom you shall see the Spirit descending and abiding upon him as a dove, the same is he which baptizes with the Holy Ghost?